This is it. Alright, dudes. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another BT Neanderthal video. We're going to be going over Swapcasting and my lightning spec. So, currently, as you can see, I am a lightning sorceress doing 42k lightning, right? Got my lightning skillers and all that stuff set up. However, you will notice I'm at a 105 FCR breakpoint. And we're going to demonstrate a little bit here of what we can do. And you will notice I'm also not using fire. I'm not using lightning. 1 second after I get it working. Again, this is Swapcasting. Oh my god. Now I can't do it because we're recording. LOL. LOL. Okay, there we go. Got it. We got it. Alright, we are on Players 8, by the way, as well. I'll just show you again. See, Players 8. Got it. And we melt everything, dude. Okay. So we are actually using lightning. It doesn't display that we're using lightning, we're swapping the frames. So, as we know, or as some of you guys know, there's a 117 FCR breakpoint for lightning. And that is actually equal to the 9 FCR breakpoint on everything else. It is extremely slow. So, the reason why we're swapcasting is because we want to speed that up and try to be on the same exact frames as every other skill the sorceress has. And I'll show you real quick a chart of that. Let's pause this real quick. I'll show you a chart. Let's see if we can do it here. Display capture. Okay, here's a chart, if you can see it. Down here we have the sorceress. As you can see, sorceress right here. Lightning, other spells, right? These are like basically everything. And you see it's normal FCR spells. You know, the 0, 9, 20, 37, 63, 105, 200. And a lot of you guys know that. And for the people that know the lightning, you know, you got 78, 117 is one that a lot of people like to get to. And then 194. Now this works in single player. You can actually swap a skill and then swap it out for, you know, other frames. So what I'm doing is I'm using the other spells, right? Other spells. So I'm using Fireball, or Firebolt rather, down here. And then for my chain, or for my lightning rather. And as you can see, 117 is the same as 9. It's 12 frames. And if you were to get 194 FCR on 11 frames, it's the same as the 20 FCR. We are way the frig over here, man. On 105 FCR, 8 frames to cast each lightning, which is why it looks so freaking ridiculous. And that's why you get so much DPS from using this. And I'll demonstrate it again. So we're actually using lightning. Alright, here we go. Hopefully we don't die from freaking dolls. Bad dolls. But we were casting it like, what was that, 4 frames faster? 5 frames faster than normal? Which is actually nuts. And it absolutely shreds, as you can see. So, in order to do that, we actually have to... let's see. Let's explain how to swapcast. So, I'm going to go to River Flame real quick. Anytime you update your gear, by the way, the swapcast breaks. So, if I pick an item up off my character or anything like that, that's called updating your gear. And it will, like, break any glitch or anything like that you might have working. So, what do we have to do? We have to have Firebolt here on our, for me it's B. I'm using B and I'm using R. Okay. So I press B, right? And we cast Firebolt once and then we swap. And then as soon as, see how R is lightning, like I was saying earlier, we hit R and W at the same time, which is swap again. So swap and R at the same time. R, like, you know, a millisecond after you swap. And it should display Firebolt, and you should be shooting Firebolt. But if you did it correctly, if you hit R and swap at the same exact time, you'll get crazy damage. Let's see if we, I don't think it, no, I did do it correctly. Okay, there we go. See, as you can see, if you do it correctly like that, then it will work. So anytime I need to BO, that updates my gear, which means the glitch breaks, which means you have to do it again. So you just cast one, you swap, and press swap and the skill at the same time. So I static these guys, I might have messed it up. Rip. There we go. And that's how you swap cast. So, and this is like one of the most useful, as far as like end game things you can do it for in single player. It's like absolutely, it just shreds everything, man. And yes, it is legal in speedruns. Also show you the most common swap cast, like the one that's like really good. There's also like Javazon Swapcasting, where you can use Charge Strike at range and things like that. You can swap cast almost any skill. If it has a cooldown though, you can't, and a few other things. So we just melted a Players 3 Bale. And the reason why I did Players 3, for those that may not know, he maxes out at Players 3 XP and drops. So I'm 97, so you know, trying to min-max DPS and time and all that stuff. So that's your swap casting. Again, I'm built for the 105 FCR breakpoint. My gear looks like 10 FCR. I'm using Chains of Honor and Harlequin Crest, Mara's, Spirit, Astutas. I could upgrade the Astutas. Chansey's, Nagel. And because I'm using all that stuff, I still have like max resistance. I get good damage, 42k. CTA on swap, all skillers, you know, Annie, Torch, the normal stuff. So like I was saying, I'll show you like the most common one, and that is actually in speedruns. This is Charge, swapped with hammers. And you don't want to do the reverse. So here we'll hotkey that. So what do we do first? We cast a hammer, and we swap, and then we want Charge, and there you go. So this actually fixes the Charge like bugs, and you can see like we're moving fast. It's very clean. The hammers are not real; they don't do damage, but this is the most common one. And again, what I did was, you know, I put Charge on E, and I put hammers on R. The one that is displayed is the one I want it to be using instead of Charge. So like I'm actually using Charge, but I want it to be with the hammer. I want to be with what do you call it? With the hammer casting. And as you can see, now it's like Charge is displayed on FCR now. So I use Charge on FCR frames now as well, which is interesting. So again, to do that, all I did, and I just hit R again, so now it'll disable it, and my hammers actually do damage again. So again, I hammer, or I